it takes tragedy to awaken, because it's very easy to go through life and think about yourself first all the time.
All the time.
And when you get put into a leadership position, you can't have that philosophy. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I've been through my share of struggles and personal tragedies and all kinds of things as well. Plenty. But I think the ability to navigate it, mm-hmm. lose ego, and trust God and really let go, mm-hmm. and just trust that I'm going to do what I can, but there ain't much I can do. Mm-hmm. And that's a wrestling match.
Very much.
But you've done that, and you've maintained a super positive and upbeat and encouraging atmosphere, and you encourage other people, and you know, you get on here and you share that story, and I mean, I have nothing to add to that. Like the best thing could happen is you sit there and just talk from beginning to end through that, because someone's watching this, mm-hmm. who's in that first 2 years, who feels completely ostracized, who is also wrestling with treatable, not curable. Mm-hmm. And I think that there is strength in that. Like there's so many things that when you personally endure it, it feels like taboo, right? I don't want to talk about that. I'm alone in this. And then the reality is when you do start talking about it, you realize there's way more people that have been through it as well. And I think that's part of community. Mm-hmm. And as much as we've advanced as a civilization, we've lost a lot of community.
Oh, absolutely.
And being able to get on and share that and talk to people about it, and allowing people to talk to you about it, and like, it just brings an awareness to it to where you don't have to feel, because it's a massive mental battle.
Oh, it's very much a mental battle.
Everything that you go through, the mental battle is the hardest part of that battle. You said it. I can slide out of the car. I can pop this pill for nausea. I can do this. And when you're a driven human being, you do that anyway. You know, like, you know, if I'm almost thankful that you'd had this prior experience that led you to it, because a lot of times when you're that driven, you'd have chalked it up for a long time that you just threw your back out and, you know, went on through the motions and might have had a way different outcome. But
my husband absolutely saved my life.
Yeah.
Because I would have probably went 6 more months.
Yeah.
Before I coughed up the cash to just pay for them.
Well, no, that because it's an inconvenience.
Yes.
We just spent all this money. We're doing all this. I don't want to be the inconvenience to the family, and that's that servant type. But when you do that and you go share your story, you should talk about it all the time, because you never know who you're going to encounter. I listen to everyone all the time, and what I found is inside of other people sharing struggles, I have like encounters that I can share with too. And I know cancer's taken a lot of people from a lot of loved ones, but it's outside of that, there's been a lot of people that have battled that thing that felt like they battled it by themselves, and no one really ever understands it unless they've been there.
They don't.
But there's power in being able to talk about it and share it. And what's wild to me is I didn't know the timeline, right? Like in my mind, I'm living 10 years in the future, and yesterday feels like a year ago. And I remember when you posted it, and I remember it all overlapping, and I knew it was similar to the timeline of when Barndo started, when you were building. But the fact that it was, you know, that 2020 timeline, and this happens, but before we even got into the story, you were like, 2021, 2023 were my best years ever in real estate. And when I put in perspective that was happening, and those two things are happening simultaneously, I don't think it's true. I don't think that that's true to your story if you hadn't had a moment where you realize you're not in control and you were able to accept that. And I think a lot of times people have such control issues with it that they feel like they're failing themselves, and they become so self-consumed with it.
Oh, yeah.
I guess, and then you've alluded to some things that gave me cold chills. You're talking about gardening on the farm, making walks around the farm, you're doing this stuff, and you're like, I might not have this forever. And like, no one's guaranteed another day.